Hello, it's 8:16 p.m. So, my job was a little different a little different today. And so I like being completely and totally by myself. It's so quiet up in here. So this is a moment, I can get my peace and quiet. And I'm taking that when you get two 15-minute breaks and then a 30-minute, paid breaks and then a 30-minute unpaid break. So yeah, so I'm supposed to work a little later work a little late tonight. So I don't, I mean, I guess, because of, what I've been going through, I think I went to bed. I think I fell asleep. I don't know if it was four, but somewhere between 4 and 7. And I think I only got 3 hours of sleep. And then I had I did laundry this morning. Yeah, so people berate and condemn me and saying that, oh, you tell all your business just because I, share that, I did laundry today. But those are the same people say, oh, be positive and think positive. And here I'm just sharing something productive that I did. I did laundry, trying to do self-care, and everything. So, I know I know that I need to better myself as a person. And there have been some people who sadly die never changing, but they do have some people who do change for the better, or at least try to change or better themselves. And as I said, every time I try to better myself, as a targeted individual, it's always sabotage. You know, I can't say anything nice. I can't if if I belong to a certain organization or do something. Excuse me. It's like I can't say anything like anything I do or say, good or bad, is used against me in a negative, in a bad way. Like as I like all everybody can't be God. So it's like if so many people are done with me, I don't think God is done with me. If he's a merciful, loving, and forgiving God and expects us to be that way, and you try to be that way, and a lot of times you get frustrated and discouraged, and it's hard being targeted. It's like being angry. Anybody comes off as quote unquote hateful and scary and everything, or intimidating or frightening or anything like that. But I hate to walk around with just human beings, thinking that they can disapprove of everything I do or say, good or bad, positive or negative. Just people have a problem with it. So there are a lot of things that I feel helpless about or hopeless about or feel like I can't do it and stuff. Or feeling hopeless about certain things. And, they had the Bible scripture that says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthened me. And if I talk about the Bible, I get shunned and called a hypocrite and get bullied even more. And we say, oh, Candy's a joke and she's a fake Christian and whatever. I can't even fellowship with other professed Christians. I get shunned. I can't associate with other targets. So it's like I have tried, to make truces with people, and then they like if somebody's a narcissistic abuser, they pick an argument with you or a fight with you, or they do something offensive, and then y'all get into an argument, and then you feel like you want to clear the grudge, and you feel like you gotta step up and apologize and clear the grudge, and then they be like, well, nope, I'm not gonna accept your apology because all you're gonna do is do it all over again, or you're not gonna change, or you keep doing the same thing over and over again. But then they turn around and they pretty much, and then you don't realize until if it happen, if you get into a situation with them again, you don't realize until after that they manipulated you into, reacting a certain way. So I mean, say I've had since foster care and other experiences throughout my life. I say all the time that my childhood abuse situation never left me. I'm still being treated the same way I've been treated since at 14. I'm still being treated that way today. At 14 and 15 years old. I mean, and by society. And it's like, wow, I can't believe there are numerous people out here with a personality that seems like an exact clone of the abusive fake foster mom. And it's like, the Bible says we're all, like, all mankind is more like, that mankind has a wicked heart. So they have a lot of people who walk around thinking that most people are good and that most people want to do what's right. No, it's like most people walk around here and, they do whatever evil that they can get away with. And so, or if they do something dirty and they keep doing it because they never got caught, or they never, or they had too many enablers, too many people that enable them to carry out whatever abuse that they do, and so a lot of people blame God for human suffering, but it's like, well, Satan influences humans to do bad things to each other that causes, human suffering. So it's like, I mean, I just, kind of forgot what I was gonna say, and like kind of losing my train of thought. But sorry about that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought, and I didn't even get distracted about anything. But I heard how they would hit you with the directed energy weapons to make you forget what you're thinking about or forget what you're saying. But I forgot. I forgot what I was talking about. But I do remember thinking earlier today, a short while ago. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Past instances where, say for example, everything seems fine, and this can happen with the biological sister Ramona, the biological gay brother Mark, or the foster mom Ann, or anybody that if I can, I mean, and it's like any hatred that I had to undo a lot of programming. I had to undo a lot of things, like giving people like angry, mean looks. The foster mom used to do that to us, so I had to learn to deprogram and stop doing that. Certain phrases she said, I had to stop doing. I had to practice to undo those habits that we picked up from her, and just start being myself and be free, be Candy, and just do my own thing. But then, I mean, so for example, if I might be like, oh hey Ramona, how like if I walk in, if Ramona sent for me to come over to her house and everything seems normal, yeah, Kenny, oh, I want you to come over here, or whatever. And so then I go by her house, for example, and then, oh, hey, Ramona, how was your day? Yeah, like, why you getting an attitude? Oh, there she go with that bullshit or whatever. And then, an argument, or a foster mom, Adrian Felder, would be like, you know, if well, I've told y'all moments where I would be a teenager and just eating cereal for breakfast, and she would walk in the kitchen and straight up tell me, "You're gonna wind up dead," and then walk off. And I'm like, "What is that for?" And so being like angry and moody for no reason, like I mean, it's like I had to learn to undo that and then practice, being generous, giving, and nice and stuff like that, and trying to undo the abuse that had been done to me for me to turn around and not do that to others and try to be a better person. But my twin sister thinks that I'm still stuck as this, evil person that, the foster mom, we picked up on her habits, and so I try to be a nice person, and I am a nice person, but it's like when you being constantly provoked and antagonized, and people are covert with the gang stalking and harassment, and get constant gaslighting and games just all day long. These tactics all day long, and they're mundane, and you're sick and tired. Like, I'm sick and tired. Like, it makes my eyes hurt to think. It makes my eyes hurt just to even think about so many cars driving by with one headlight or brighting their lights at me, and it's just the same. Like, it makes your brain feel numb, that you're constantly annoyed by this daily repetitive senseless harassment all day every day, that we targets know what's going on, but an outsider person, they'll make it like as if, those people are just minding their business. What are you talking about? But or they don't see the harm in somebody driving by with their arm hanging out of the window. It's not just a personal trigger. I know that it's a gang stalking tactic, that you see this repetition. Like they said, one of the most basic forms of mind control is repetition. So you constantly, seeing the same thing all the time. So anyway, dang, they hit me in the heart with the energy weapon right now, bastards. See, when I get to start to get really deep into speaking the truth, and here I'm in this room by myself, but boom, 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 hit me with the energy weapons. One lady who recently I found out she recently betrayed me and turned against me, or she once told me back in December when I was doing a video, and she said that, oh, I can see some type of energy come across your chest. I couldn't feel it at the time, but she said she saw it. So that I've had videos where people have said that they saw me, that they said that they saw directed energy weapons being beamed. And now it's like I'm just sitting down and my heart rate is up. Like my heart is beating fast. Why? So, yeah, I'm sorry I strayed off topic. I'm sleep deprived, so forgive me, please. I suffer the sleep deprivation because of the dew weapons as well. I'm not vibrating right now, but mainly like trying to go to bed, they vibrate me and keep me awake. And you wonder why I'm mentally off or, moody, irritable. If y'all want to call me greedy, say, oh, you eat too much, they say sleep deprivation make you, hungrier and stuff. So it's a vicious cycle. But anyway, I was trying to say that, for example, this true examples about, say, if I walk into the kitchen and or if the foster mom have us come get groceries out the car, and if there's a watermelon, we don't know if she wants us to keep the watermelon out on the table in the kitchen or if she wants us to put it in the refrigerator. Um so narcissistic abusers, they're known for doing stuff like getting an attitude with you for no reason. You know. So so I mean, they seem like they be having mood swings without being sleep deprived. They're just total bitches for no reason. You know, without any cause, and it's directed at one target and not. I mean, but they're nice and normal towards everybody else, but act like a bitch towards you and have a personal issue with you and say you're the problem when you're not the problem. It's just I don't, you know. So if I can be like, ask the foster mom like, where's a I mean, do you want us to put the watermelon? I remember one time she got mad and cussed me from A to Z because she told me to put the watermelon in the freezer. And I said, are you sure the refrigerator or the freezer? And she said, the freezer. I said, are you sure? Yes. And so then I put it in the freezer, and then she got mad and cussed me from A to Z. And I was really confused. I'm like, but you told me. No, I never told you to put that in the freezer. Whatever. And so I don't even know if she did that as like a mind control experiment, and then to give false proof that this is the reason why Candy's dumb as fuck or whatever, or something like that. I don't know, but I don't know why. I mean, I don't think about it every day, and it was tucked away. And that watermelon example made me think of that. Wow, that was a truly happened. But moments where, okay, if we go get groceries, for example, and I can ask the foster mom, do you want, or she if she we if I would if she would have said, oh Candy, do me a favor and go and like use us like slaves and like an errand girl, say, oh Candy, go get my cup and fill it up with the ice, excuse me, and get me a Coke, and and then you'd be like, well, where are the Cokes? Because I don't see them. And then she might, I don't know. Oh, it's on the side of the bed. Boy, I don't see them on the side of the bed. They're on the side of the bed, like that, And then like, well, dang, like why you gotta yell at me? Start your shit, you hear? Start your shit, and then go on a long lecture and a tangent about your behavior. I'm like, but you didn't even do anything wrong. If you don't see them, like, or maybe it might, how certain things might, be hidden in plain sight amongst a lot of stuff. I'm just using that for an example, but I've had other examples too. Like the previous job that I had, Mr. Cliff would say, mop the floor, and I would be like, well, do you want me to sweep the floor first? and then like he got an attitude, But if this was the foster or biological family, there would have been like, you know, there would have been like when he got smart ass and made me almost want to get mad and drop the drop the mop and just walk off the job. But I tolerated it and I freaking stayed, because I guess I had no choice, But dealing with, and I didn't even ask him, oh, why you getting attitude, I didn't ask him why you getting attitude or whatever, but I just, felt like it just nagged my mind all day. So, if he said, well, mop the floor, and I said, well, if the floor looks like it need to be swept, I said, well, you want me to sweep it first? Well, common sense ought to tell you ought to sweep it first. Well, you just told me to mop it. You didn't say sweep first, then mop. So, because I started to mop when he said, "Oh, mop the floor," and then I started to mop, and then I realized it looked like it needed to be swept too. So, one thing is like, I don't think God, walk around. It's easier to think that if a person treating you a certain way, that God will treat you that way too. And I try to take my mind away from thinking that God hates me or that God is against me or that God would treat me how the foster mom treated me or something scary or something, or that Jesus wouldn't be that way, So, if all these people are frustrated with me, they're done with me, had enough of me, they burned that I burned my bridges from everybody, that everybody has washed their hands from me, and that they've had it up to here with me, and stuff like that. The foster mom had this rage towards me, like she wanted to kill me, like all the time, and so it's like really scary. I said I had to learn I had to learn to undo all of that, and it's like then I'm 38 years old. Nothing has ever really changed about how society treats me because of the gang stalking, and I noticed that people are increasingly more mad at me, hate, and then people like my twin sister saying, "Oh, Candy's crazy, she's schizophrenic," just like what the foster mom said, and she'd be like, "Well, Candy is never gonna change." Like you give up on your own twin sister, or she'd be like, "Oh, what you did and what you said is unforgivable." But my twin sister, Wyatt and Derek did her something earlier this year, and she forgave them and gave them a second chance. And then Wyatt came back another time, I guess. I don't know much of what went on, and they got into it again. So if she gave Wyatt and Derek and other siblings, other chances, and they've given her other chances, but my twin sister plus other family members, everybody just done with me. And it was not just about telling a personal business, but me exposing like the foster care and the cult and any mind control programming and experimentation and how it has affected my relationship with biological family members and stuff, and part of this gang stalking program. I say I'm not if my family members are in on the gang stalking or if they've done any perp activity, I'm not too ashamed to speak out against family members perping me or doing anything, or if they don't like me or whatever because of the gang stalking, because doing stuff on purpose just to make you mad and think it's funny, that's perping. That's one way to perp somebody. and then vex you and torture and torment you and laugh while you're getting upset. And I don't go around laughing at people, you know. So I'm just trying to help myself psychologically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually pick myself back up. And I'm trying to pick myself back up because I've been feeling very depressed, feeling depression. And I've been trying to, pick myself back up, you know, about what, my situation and what I'm going through, trying to pick myself back up and trying to not lose hope or faith in my situation. And it seems like the so-called TI community has given up on me, and even the ones who say that they're Christian, they won't let me back in, or they won't give me any second chances or anything. But God, I mean, people have told me that I have to forgive, and even forgive the perps. But other targets, they get mad at me and they're done, you know. So I'm just, I'm trying to, better myself.